YouTube was Zam, it's your boy Zal. I'm back with another video, man. In this video, we got Gervontay Davis offers Edwin De Los Santos a fight in November. Um, I was just hearing rumors about Tank fighting Lamont Roach. Now I'm hearing rumors about him fighting Edwin. I heard rumors about him fighting Ryo. So, hey man, it's just a bunch of speculation, bro. But let's see what they talking about.
Dante's Boxer Nation, what's going on, guys? Okay, so ever since Vasil Lomachenko turned down the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and what would have been a really, really big fight, it would have been one of the biggest fights of the year. According to reports, a lot of high-profile boxers have been turning down fights with Gervonta. Now, and I have said, since Lomachenko is out and Shakur Stevenson is unavailable, the biggest fight for Gervonta right now would be against Teofimo Lopez. But we know Teofimo Lopez, he's not going to fight against a Gervonta. This is the same man that asked for $20 million to fight against Devin Haney. And he actually came out and admitted that he did not want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and he explained why.
Everybody wants to see you fight guys like Devin, Gervontay, Shakur. But there's no way in hell, like, you're just going to walk away from those big fights. And even though you have accomplished more than a lot of those guys, you're just going to walk away from fighting guys like that now?
I am. Yeah, I am. I think the reason why I'm walking away is
That
not
competitive fire's not in there, man?
it's not about the competitiveness. I could beat those guys if it was just those guys that I'm fighting. I'm fighting the referee, I'm fighting the judges, I'm fighting their cornerman, and I'm fighting the commentators. It's too many fights for me. That right there is like enough is enough.
So just to surmise everything Teofimo said right there, he doesn't want to fight Gervonta because he doesn't think he will win. And it's pretty ironic that he would talk about gift decisions, saying that he can't trust the judges, he has to fight the judges, when he himself has been involved in controversial decisions that went in his favor. Anyway, so I was saying, since Gervonta, he can't get Teofimo Lopez in the ring, another good fight would be against Edwin De Los Santos, the man who knocked out Jose El Rayo Valenzuela and gave Shakur Stevenson all that he can handle. Well, it's now been confirmed that Gervonta Tank Davis actually offered Edwin De Los Santos the fight. And this is according to Edwin De Los Santos' own team. They admitted it. But they claim after Gervonta's team offered the fight, they accepted the fight, and Gervonta chose Lamont Roach instead.
We'll get him ready for Tank, bro, to tell you the truth.
Were you ever offered a Tank fight?
Yes, we were. Did they accepted it? No, they didn't.
So what happened? Who denied the fight?
So then at the fight, I guess they chose Lamar Roach.
I mean, listen, it makes perfect sense. I don't.
Which is a good fight. Hey, I ain't knocking on. There's a good fight, but it's a 130 going up to 135. Why not fight her like Shakur said? Why don't you fight somebody that, you know what I'm saying? That's a natural 135 pound.
Okay, so just for the record, Gervonta Tank Davis, the majority of the opponents he fought at 135 were natural lightweights, if not super lightweights, like Mario Barrios when he moved up to 140. With that being said, there's no doubt about it, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos would be a bigger fight than Lamont Roach. Okay, so now that we have heard Team De Los Santos' side, now I would like to hear Gervonta Tank Davis' side. I mean, we just heard what Team De Los Santos' team said, but we don't know if there's more to it. Which, if the Roach fight becomes official, I think a good question for Gervonta is why did he choose Lamont Roach over Edwin De Los Santos? Hector Garcia, who was a really good fighter, he was the first person to be Lil B-Hop, Chris Colbert. He was the champion at 130. He moved up to 135 to fight against Gervonta, got knocked out. He moved back down to 130 to defend his title, and he ended up losing to Lamont Roach. And now he's the front runner to fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Another good fight, while I'm thinking about it, would have been against Emmanuel Navarrete. But I have a feeling Emmanuel Navarrete would have turned the fight down. So it looks like we're going to get Gervonta versus Lamont Roach. Now, if Gervontay does end up fighting against Lamont Roach, I would have to say this is the first Gervontay Tank Davis fight since he became a star that I believe will be perceived as unattractive. Because all of Gervontay's fights, from Leo Santa Cruz all the way to Frank Martin, they have all been extremely attractive fights. Of course, race fans wouldn't agree with that because of the color of Davis's skin. Anytime a black fighter is not only beating non-black fighters, but knocking them out, race fans are going to try to discredit those wins as much as they can. And it's too easy to prove that it has everything to do with race because these are the same fans that will defend Canelo Alvarez for fighting whoever he wants. So even though for the first time Gervontay Davis is involved in a fight that I'm not really excited to watch, it's not Gervontay's fault at all because he wanted to fight the best. The Lomachenko fight would have been one of the biggest fights of the year, if not the biggest. It would have been a massive success financially, without a doubt. And this is the reason why we all need to push for mandated unification bouts. Because champions should not be able to hold belts hostage, which is exactly what Lomachenko is doing right now. Once a year, champions should be ordered to unify the belts. If one champion refuses to fight, then he's stripped of his belt. If the two fighters agree to fight but they can't come to an agreement financially, it goes to a purse bid, which means we don't have to worry about the network and the promoting issues. And this idea can easily be imposed.
Say that again.
If they can't come to an agreement financially, it goes to a purse bid, which means we don't have to worry about the network and the promoting issues. And this idea can easily be imposed in the sport of boxing. You guys have to understand, boxing is the only sport where they make up the rules as they go. So let's hope one day we can get these mandatory unifications to get these champions to stop sitting on these belts. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next.
Yeah, it would be a very good idea.
Okay, there you go. Ready?
Hi, you're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
There you go. It's good, but it's a little too dark from. Let me see. Let's try this from this angle. Come.
Boy, Dante a freak.
Let me tell you.
Watching Dante Boxing Nation.
There you know.
So I
Easily
had to
be
watch that. My bad. Man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I think it's gonna be a good fight. If you fight Edwin, um, Edwin got power. Edwin gives Shakur a run for his money, and we'll be able to measure up Shakur the Tank. So like, comment, subscribe, and share this to the